Have you ever noticed how some people just have this magnetic presence? They walk into a room, and people gravitate towards them. It's not just about their looks or their status, it's something deeper, something more profound. It's humility. Humility is often misunderstood as thinking less of yourself, but it's actually about thinking of yourself less. It's about shifting your focus from yourself to others, from your ego to your heart. In a world that often celebrates self-promotion and self-importance, humility can seem like a radical act. But what if I told you that embracing humility could unlock a level of inner peace, joy, and fulfillment that you've never experienced before? What if I told you that humility is not a weakness but a superpower? In this video, we're going to explore 4 powerful reasons why humility is the key to unlocking a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Imagine yourself in a room full of people. You see someone standing alone, looking a little lost. Now imagine 2 different scenarios. In the first scenario, you're filled with a sense of self-importance. You tell yourself, I'm too important to talk to them. You walk past, lost in your own world. In the second scenario, you approach them with a warm smile and genuine curiosity. You ask them about their day, you listen intently, and you make them feel seen and heard. Which version of yourself would you rather be? Pride creates a wall between us and others. It tells us that we are better than, that we are separate from, that we are above. This sense of separation breeds judgment, arrogance, and a lack of empathy. When we renounce pride, we chip away at that wall brick by brick. Humility allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, because it allows us to see them, truly see them, without the distortion of our own ego. When we approach others with humility, we approach them with open hearts and open minds. We become better listeners, more compassionate friends, and more supportive partners. Think about the people you enjoy spending time with the most. Are they the ones who constantly boast about themselves? Or are they the ones who make you feel comfortable and valued? I'm willing to bet it's the latter. People are naturally drawn to humility because it makes them feel safe, respected, and understood. When we let go of the need to be right, to be the center of attention, to be superior, we create space for genuine connection. We become a source of comfort and support for others, and in turn, we experience the joy that comes from making a positive impact on the lives of those around us. Renouncing pride is not about diminishing ourselves, it's about elevating our relationships and enriching our lives through the power of genuine connection. Anger is a powerful emotion. It can feel like a raging fire consuming everything in its path. But just like fire, anger can be destructive if left unchecked. When we allow anger to control our actions and reactions, we often end up saying or doing things that we later regret. Think about a time when you were consumed by anger. Did it lead to a positive outcome? Did it resolve the situation in a way that felt good and beneficial? Or did it create more pain, more distance, more suffering? Renouncing anger doesn't mean suppressing it or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about learning to acknowledge our anger, to understand its root cause, and to choose a different path. It's about responding to challenging situations with composure, grace, and wisdom. When we renounce anger, we free ourselves from the shackles of reactivity. We break free from the cycle of hurt and pain that anger perpetuates. Instead of being ruled by our emotions, we become masters of our minds. We develop the ability to pause, to breathe, and to choose a more skillful response. This doesn't mean that we become passive or submissive. It means that we learn to communicate our boundaries with clarity and respect without resorting to aggression or blame. When we approach conflict with a calm and composed mind, we're more likely to find solutions that work for everyone involved. Chapter 3. Renouncing lust makes you wealthy. When we talk about lust, we often think of it in a physical or romantic sense. But lust can extend to any area of our lives where we experience a deep craving or desire for something outside of ourselves. It could be a craving for material possessions, a yearning for validation, or an insatiable hunger for power. This constant craving creates a sense of lack, a feeling of never having enough. We chase after these external desires, believing that they hold the key to our happiness, but true fulfillment always seems to elude us. Renouncing lust doesn't mean denying ourselves pleasure or living a life devoid of desire. It's about shifting our focus from external validation to internal satisfaction. It's about cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for what we already have, rather than constantly striving for what we lack. When we let go of the need for more, we open ourselves up to the abundance that already exists in our lives. We begin to appreciate the simple joys, the meaningful connections, and the countless blessings that surround us each and every day. True wealth doesn't lie in the number of possessions we accumulate, but in the richness of our experiences, the depth of our relationships, and the contentment that comes from living in alignment with our values. Chapter 4. Renouncing greed makes you happy. Greed is a close cousin of lust. It's the insatiable desire for more, even at the expense of others. It's the belief that there's not enough to go around, so we have to hoard, to grasp, to take what we can get. This scarcity mindset creates a sense of anxiety, insecurity, and fear. We become so focused on acquiring more that we lose sight of what truly matters: connection, compassion, and contribution. Renouncing greed doesn't mean living a life of poverty or self-denial. It's about recognizing that true happiness comes from giving, not taking. It's about shifting our focus from me to we, from mine to ours. When we let go of greed, we create space for generosity, kindness, and compassion to flourish. We begin to experience the joy that comes from helping others, from making a difference in the world, from leaving things better than we found them. True happiness doesn't come from accumulating wealth, but from sharing our blessings with others. When we live with an open hand and a generous heart, we unlock a level of fulfillment that money can't buy. So there you have it. 4 powerful reasons why humility is not a weakness, but the key to unlocking a more fulfilling and meaningful life. When we renounce pride, we become more pleasant and build stronger relationships. When we renounce anger, we free ourselves from regret and make wiser decisions. When we renounce lust, we unlock true wealth and contentment. And when we renounce greed, we discover the profound happiness that comes from giving and serving others. Humility is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a conscious choice that we make each and every day to approach ourselves, others, and the world around us with an open heart, a compassionate spirit, and a willingness to learn and grow. I encourage you to embrace the power of humility in your own life. Start small, be patient with yourself, and witness the transformative impact it has on your relationships, your well-being, and your overall experience of life.